Welcome to Southern California Prep Insider. I'm Katie Austin.
And I am Tommy Morris. We are eagerly awaiting the start of modern-day St. John Bosco, teams number 1 and 2 in the country, but lightning, thunder,
a little bit of a rain delay here. So while we're waiting for the excitement of number 1 versus number 2 game day, we're going to throw it to Jessica at Upland for our first top recruit.
What's up, guys? Jessica here with Justin Flo, 5-star outside linebacker here at Upland High School. Now, Justin, we were talking a little beforehand. You said you have 39 offers. First off, what is that like to have so many offers? Is it a little overwhelming?
Not really. You know, I just play my game, and the offer just came, so it just feels good.
They just keep flowing in. You like that one? What are you looking forward to the most about playing in college? You obviously have so many offers. You're going to go there in just a couple of years now.
I'm just going to get my education and everything, and I'm going to play, and I'm going to play hard like I play now.
What is it going to take in order for one of these schools to make you decide that that is the one that you want to call home the next couple of years?
Mostly relationship and everything, how the coaches talk to me, and how we bond together.
Now, when you're out there and you're playing, you play like you're angry, you play with a purpose. How would you really describe your playing style?
I play really aggressive. You know, I'm a really dirty person. I'm not dirty like I'm going to push you like after the play or anything, but I'm a dirty player, you know. I make big hits and everything.
Now, we were talking a little beforehand. You've been starting here since your freshman year. Did you expect all the success that you currently have when you headed into playing here at Upland?
No, not really. I just came to play, and it all just started coming in. So that was really good for me, and it just came and did my thing.
Playing here for the last couple of years, what would you say have been some of your favorite memories that really stick out to you?
My first freshman start on varsity, because my first game, I was kind of not scared, but I was a little like anxious and everything. And I came out there and I got 15 tackles. Yeah.
Getting 15 tackles, that'll make the butterflies go away. Yeah. Now, playing for someone like Coach Salter, what has that been like? He's been coaching here for the past 22 years now. What has it been like learning from someone with so much experience?
Well, he's a legendary coach, you know. I learned a lot of stuff from him. I built from that, and he just taught me a lot of things to help me with my game.
Now, when people talk about you, they compare you to a lot of current and former NFL players. Does that add any sort of pressure to yourself?
No, not really. I'm humble about it. I just let them just talk about me and everything. I'd be humble.
Now, talking a little bit about this Upland team right now, you guys are currently 6-1. How would you assess how you guys have been playing so far?
We've been playing pretty great. The first loss was against Mission Viejo. That was it was a bad game, you know. But we bounced back from that. And we just started winning games, more games.
What can we expect from you guys in these last couple of weeks?
We're gonna take W's, you know. You know, that's my team. So yeah.
That's all there is to it. Taking W's over here. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all for this top recruit.
Thank you so much, Jessica. It is now time for our second top recruit.
That's right, let's send it to Beverly at El Toro.
I'm here with Austin Stover, quarterback of El Toro. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
First off, how's the recruitment process going for you?
It's going pretty well. I've been getting talked to by a couple of the coaches at San Diego State, and hopefully they can pull through. I'm really looking forward to it.
What are you looking for in a college?
Just a close bond with everyone, like the coaches, the players, people that are willing to put in like work through off-season and on-season.
How would you describe your playing style?
Hardworking. I never want to quit no matter what the score is or anything, and yeah. Tall with a strong arm and never quit attitude.
Do you have a team nickname?
I do not.
How do you get ready for a game?
I have a superstition. I always go to cryotherapy before the game. And yeah.
Can you tell me what that is?
It's where you go into this chamber with nitrous oxygen and you like freeze your body.
Oh,
yeah.
That's really cool.
It's really cool.
Do you have a favorite pump-up song?
Lately, it's been King of the Dead by X, and yeah, it's a good song.
And what does it mean to be a Charger?
It means a lot. It's been the greatest 4 years of my life, and I would do anything to relive the past years of my high school football career.
And lastly, what are your senior season goals?
I want to go far in the playoffs. I want to enjoy this last ride with my team and all the guys that I've met over these past 4 years and try to make the most out of it.
Thank you. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Beverly. And it is now time for our third top recruit.
That's right, we'll go to Connor, who's at a very presidential high school.
Here at Eisenhower High School with offensive and defensive linemen Sautawa Laumea. Sautawa, you guys are off to an 8-0 start so far this season. Really, really solid in Division 10. What's allowed you guys to be so successful so far this year?
I think playing as one, all of us are trying to benefit the team, do what's right, like our coaches taught us.
So far this season, through the 8 games, only 2 of them have been really close, and one of them was last week against Sanji, escape with a 1-point victory. I know one of your main guys, O'Shea, went down in that game. How are you able to overcome his loss and fight back and win that game?
Oh man, that was really crazy for us. A lot of players stepped up. Yeah, we never felt that kind of pressure, and just put a lot of other players in a good situation too. See what they're made of.
In Division 10, as I said, you guys are one of the top teams. What's it going to take for you to continue this really good run and make a deep run in the D10 playoffs?
I think for us to stay healthy, I think staying healthy is a big thing because a lot of us are banged up, so we all play both ways.
It seems like the whole staff here is really close, and they do an excellent job. How helpful have they been to your development and this team being 8-0?
Oh man, they helped me go to camps and stuff, and that really helped me see what I had. And that really opened my eyes to opportunities out there in football and stuff.
You mentioned how much they've opened doors for you. When did you kind of realize that, hey, I have a chance to play Division I college football, and what was that realization like for you?
I think it was a sophomore year when I went up against some player from Roosevelt, and he was real good, and they really tested me. And I was hanging in there as a sophomore, and he was a senior, I think. And that's when it snapped, I could really hang in there with some grown men.
We don't get too many linemen on the show, and when we do, it's usually a defensive lineman, someone sacking the quarterback. You play both ways, but you're really known for being an offensive lineman. You've put in the work. You have a ton of offers, as I said. Do you still feel like your position group gets overlooked sometimes, though, when you see on Twitter all the flashy plays and everything? I know you have some nice blocks, but do you feel overlooked at all?
Sometimes, but that's normal for our position. Linemen, we're it's just happy to do your job, but we're happy if they make the play. If they make the play, that's benefiting all of us. So overall, just feel good about it.
You're committed to the Polynesian Bowl. I know that's a really big deal for you. How excited were you when that offer came and when you accepted it?
Well, man, I was real excited because besides the game, all my friends are going too. About to go over there and compete, play with my friends, compete against them again, one last time before we all go to college and stuff.
Do you have a favorite memory from your time here at Eisenhower?
Yeah, I do. I think it was varsity practice, my first practice. We were stretching. I think we were doing back pedals or something, and I fell and I ate it, and everybody laughed at me. Yeah, I still remember that. That's kind of helped me, kind of motivated me.
That's interesting that you mentioned that as a favorite memory when you guys have had so much success this season. I want to ask as well, I'm not able to get out here very often to cover games, but I've seen on Twitter, I've seen reports, and people discuss your game. They say you're a really selfless player who's willing to do everything for the team. Who kind of taught you that way, and how did you develop that style?
I think just watching football, I used to just go out there and just want to hurt the person in front of me, but then I noticed that I could always do more, go to the next level, and you never know, that guy could have made a tackle and could have stopped the touchdown. So I just always thought I could always do something a little bit more to help the team, try to go next level, and just keep blocking, just keep moving.
Last question for you. What were some goals that you had for your high school career, and now that it's kind of winding down a bit, how would you say you've done with those goals?
I think I've done pretty good, pretty well. Each year is different. It's sophomore year is just dominate. That was just my goal, is just to hurt people and just show that I was tough and nasty. Junior year, it was I was trying to show my athleticism, show I could move. And senior year, I think it was just me trying to benefit the team, less flags and more, just keep running till the whistle blows and try to block someone.
That's Satawa Laumea here at Eisenhower High. Thank you so much.
The rain has stopped for now. The players are on the field. Excitement's here, but we still have one more top recruit.
One more top recruit, and we're taking it down south in San Diego with Christian. Let's take a look.
Thank you very much for joining us. I am joined by a kid who has been on our show a couple of times because when you are the fastest kid in San Diego, you make big plays, you win championships, all that. This is Keenan Christian. You're just athlete now? Is that kind of what they go by, athlete here? Let me just kind of read off the accolades. CIF champion, state champion, league champion. Is there anything that you haven't won yet here at Madison?
No.
The homecoming king, maybe? You still got that?
Yeah, I won that one.
Okay. So then it's all, see, exactly. So that's what we've got going on here at Madison. For those of you that have not met this kid, let's also talk about the future. You're going to be going to play at USC next year, so let's start there, and then we'll work back to Madison. What went into that decision?
It was really just all coaching staff and just the players there and the atmosphere. It was just amazing when I went there up unofficially. I still have to go officially, but when I went up there unofficially, it was just amazing.
You got to milk all the attention you can from them because you're going to be their superstar for a couple years. Got to let them get to know you. It seems like there's also kind of a parallel here at Madison, running backs. They're the featured part of the culture. At USC, there's a deep history. So is that sort of the mindset, the motivation is sort of, I've seen it's been done at USC, so I want to go do it?
Yes, sir. I mean, they've had a great line of running backs, and I'm just looking forward to being part of that.
So introduce yourself to the USC fans that may be new to you in terms of who you are as a football player.
I'm Keenan Christian. I'm a running back here at Madison High School.
Just your style of play. Who you are out on the field.
I just like to get into open space and run as fast as I can, and if I got to make contact, I like to do it at 100%.
So that speed, though, is your key element. You want to tell them how fast you run the 100-meter dash because that's the most impressive number, I think, out of all the stats.
10:58.
So that 10:58 is verified because track is also a huge part of who you have been here at Madison. So how does who you are as a track star help translate over to football?
Well, I've always been a track guy first, but kind of as I got older and more serious about football, it's been football first, and I just kind of keep it in track to be fast and be physical.
So, I think that another thing that people really don't know about you a ton is that this has been something you've been working for a long time here at Madison. You've been starting on varsity since as a freshman, and you've been building for that as a sophomore. You're part of that state championship team. So for senior year here, what's left to accomplish? Where's the goal set for you, for the team, in the next couple weeks?
Our goal is to win out and then go on to win CIF, and if it's possible, go on to win state.
What do you think is going to be something you might miss about Coach Jackson, about playing here at Madison, all that?
I don't know. He's just so amazing. That dude is just great. I'm going to miss everything.
Going to have to give him some tickets maybe to come watch you at that next level. What's something that people might not know about you? What's a favorite food, some music that you've been listening to lately? How can fans at USC get to know you a little bit more?
I like to play a lot of video games, and I could eat a hell of a lot.
Okay, so what games have you been playing lately?
Some Fortnite, some 2K. I'm trying to get into Call of Duty, but it's kind of my thing, but not really, but we'll see.
It's more of an off-season thing maybe when you have a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Fortnite dance, do you have one that's your go-to?
Nah, I just kind of do them all.
Just kind of whatever you're feeling for in the mood. So it's a combo of winning at everything, at video games, at track, at football, and all that, and speed. That's what Keenan Christian is all about. That's what he's bringing here to Madison for another couple weeks, and then to USC, and then whoever picks him up on Sundays, and all of that at the next level. Man, thank you so much for entertaining all of us here for the last couple of years. That'll do it for our top recruit.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is options. Go ahead and take a moment to feast your eyes on our fresh grilled chicken cheesesteaks. Okay, time's up. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
The sub above difference is options. Go ahead and take a moment to feast your eyes on our fresh grilled chicken cheesesteaks. Okay, time's up. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Welcome back to Southern California Prep Insider. It is now time to slow down the show for this next segment.
That's right. It is our building character segment, and for this, Alex Scarr is at Venice High School.
It's like all I can do is really just go out and ball for him, because I know that's what he would have wanted me to do.
Joseph Tashiki touched many lives. The 15-year-old was a captain on the junior varsity football team at Venice High School. But a pair of devastating brain aneurysms took Joseph in September of 2016. Lineman Joseph Silva credits Joseph as being the first person to welcome him onto the football team and became one of his closest friends.
Yeah, it was just really difficult at the time losing him, but now it's been 2 years. I think it was like last week, it was about 2 years now since he's been gone, and he's just, it's crazy to think about still, and I think without him, I don't think I would have been, the player that I am or the person that I am, because he just has that type of impact on people.
It's the inverse of a lesson often taught in football. Players are taught to form bonds and become brothers. But what happens when that gets torn away?
I felt like I was gaining almost, the bigger brother I never had, so it was just kind of, we got pretty close, and it was just difficult, when everything had happened, because it was, I think, about 2 or 3 weeks into the season, he had started feeling weird on the Thursday, and then he got checked on Friday. He went for a concussion protocol, and they had seen something in the scans, and he had 2 aneurysms, and I remember one was near the brainstem and one was further off. And the character he wasn't scared, really. It was kind of amazing seeing how, he was just ready to get over this thing. He wanted to get back on the field, play with all his other, his teammates, and he really just, he saw it as an obstacle, and that he could get over, and he was, that was just his mindset. Nothing really scared him.
You keep going, Joseph says, and you never forget.
He's always in my heart, and just, I always take a marker, or to my undershirt, put the 56 on there, so, his number's always under there. And eventually, on the back shoulder, I'm gonna get the 56 tattooed on my shoulder, just so he's always there with me.
find the best top recruits for football on Southern California Prep Insider, but there are also so many other athletes too.
That's right. That's why we have our watch list, and here it is.
Welcome to this week's watch list. I'm Beverly Pham, Southern Section correspondent for Southern California Prep Insider. This week we're highlighting 3 girls volleyball athletes from around the Southern Section that you should be keeping an eye on. First up, we have Brielle Mullally from Mater Dei High School. The senior volleyball player is committed to Providence because the community that surrounds it was a perfect fit, from the team and staff to the campus itself. This is her 10th year playing volleyball, and she's played for the Monarchs varsity squad all 4 years. Brielle is best known for her consistency and decision-making skills. She always works to play low error volleyball and to set up the best play for every situation. Next, we have Carissa Bradford from Granada Hills High School. Bradford is the top player on the reigning City Section champions and has the Highlanders in a great position to repeat. In the latest City Section poll, Granada Hills comes in at number 1 after beating rival Taft 3-1 a few weeks ago. Bradford has visited Cal State Bakersfield but remains uncommitted. City Section playoffs begin this week. Look for Bradford and Granada Hills to make a second straight Open Division title push. Finally, we have Irene Taze from Carson High School. The junior plays as an outside hitter for the Colts. The Carson squad did not give up a single set in their 10 Marine League games and secured their 63rd consecutive league win with a victory over Narbonne. The Colts have had only 2 losses to league teams since 2012 and is currently ranked 3rd in the Los Angeles City Section Open Division poll. Keep an eye out for Taze and the Colts as they make their playoff run against a stacked division this season. That does it for our watch list segment this week. If you'd like to nominate a player or yourself, DM me on Twitter at Beverly Pham or shoot an email to beverly@scprepinsider.com. Thanks for watching and see you next week.
The sum above difference is options. Go ahead and take a moment to feast your eyes on our fresh grilled chicken cheesesteaks. Okay, time's up. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. The sub above difference is options. Go ahead and take a moment to feast your eyes on our fresh grilled chicken cheesesteaks. Okay, time's up. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
So you're watching our show right now and you're probably thinking, I need more interviews, I need maybe a podcast, I need game day highlights. Tommy, where can they find that?
Yeah, if you need more in-depth coverage, all you have to do is go to @scprepinsider.com. That's where you get everything you see here on the show, plus the additional online content that Katie was talking about. We have extra interviews, highlights, pictures, all that good stuff, so go there. Or @SCPrepInsider SS if you're on Twitter or on Instagram. @SDPrepInsider for both those things as well if you're in San Diego. And one of my favorite segments, Advice from a Pro, is on there as well.
The best advice, you just got to outwork the opposition. Every level that you reach, it gets harder and harder to establish yourself and really just get comfortable. And the only way you get comfortable is just putting in the reps, the time, finding your niche and perfecting it. So they always like cliche, but when other people are asleep, it means somebody else is getting better. So you always got to be the one that puts the most time in. I mean, there's a lot of different things you notice, but going to a school or that's not the right fit for you, just based on the name or the prestige of the school. It's great to go to a big time program and to be in the spotlight all the time, but if there's not the right fit, you're not gelling with the coach or what have you. There's a lot of different options out there, and to be able to find the right fit, just kind of how I chose Davidson.
So what advice would you give to a high school football player?
The main thing would just be work hard, do stuff when none of the coaches are watching. Putting in that extra work is kind of the main thing I kind of did when I was younger to kind of separate myself. Is just when no one's looking, that extra stuff that you do.
And how important is balancing schoolwork with football?
It's big. It's in high school it's kind of easier. Once you get to college it gets tougher, but in high school it's just take care of the schoolwork, and then you're able to have all that free time to do whatever you want as far as getting better at the sport. So it goes right hand in hand, so it's big.
Yeah, speaking of college, what advice would you give to an aspiring football player wanting to play at the next level?
Just like I said, it's like the hard work. Once you get there, you can't stop there. You got to keep building those goals and just keep attacking it, and always doing stuff when no one's watching.
What is one piece of advice that you would give to your high school self?
Ooh, probably be grades. Do better with my grades. I wish I would have been more serious with that.
And how have you changed as both a player and a person since, say, your senior year of high school?
Gotten a lot bigger, a lot stronger, a lot faster since senior year of high school. And I've just paid more attention to detail and been more disciplined with a lot of stuff off the field as far as since I was a senior in high school.
All right, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good luck this season.
A little bit of a scenario here. The Lightning, too much. Couldn't postpone the game. Not going to happen tonight. Really sorry. We wanted to bring you the game day, but we just could not. I'm sorry.
Yes, too much Lightning, so unfortunately there is no game tonight. But thank you so much for everyone who watched. And for Southern California Prep Insider, I'm Katie Austin.
And I am Tommy Morris. We will see you next week, hopefully with a game.